It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Lions, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we have arrived at the start of another NFL season, the most exciting time of the year. And CD, both of these storied teams we're about to see trying to take a step forward this year. Philadelphia, a lot of optimism there that they can get in the postseason and make some noise. Detroit, of course, we know the story of their franchise. They're just trying to get out of that NFC North basement.
But one thing I know about you, partner, you're extremely empathetic, and you do feel for those Lions fans because they have not had a postseason win to celebrate since 1991. They are excited about the direction the franchise is headed, though. They thought they had a good draft, they love their front office, and they really like their head coach. As for Philadelphia, they made some moves during the draft and in free agency that put them squarely in a position to compete not just for a playoff spot, but to go deep on a good run.
Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now for the first time we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his third season, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts got the green light as a starter from the Philly organization and took really good steps as the next in line of mobile quarterbacks in the city, following names like Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, and Randall Cunningham. He led the team in all quarterbacks in the NFL in rushing, and he took Philadelphia to the postseason while throwing for over 3,000 yards.
They'll start by running the option to the right. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Philadelphia. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. They'll turn to Sanders. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Tell you what, they're not messing around. You get the quick touchdown, and then you go for 2 to go up 8-0 here on the road.
In a sense, they hit him with a big shot right away. You don't throw a jab after you throw the haymaker, right? Go ahead and go for 2. They did. They're in control.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
Certainly a different set of circumstances awaited Jared Goff in Detroit last season after his trade from Los Angeles. He made what he could out of them and managed 3 wins on a rebuilding Lions team. They should improve this year behind Goff after an offseason where they made considerable investments in order to try and improve this ball club.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Goff, and that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. After an incomplete pass on on second down. That'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Gone. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Scott to return it. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that's because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down, back to Sanders. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. On 1st down, Hurts. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down for the 27. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Another run here with Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get it behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Here's Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now Goff. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked by the former Lion, Darius Slay. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. The mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick-6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called a desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Drag it. And that's going to be a first.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again is Goff. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. Badgley able to punch this one through, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So, Charles, they are on board after that kick. So, 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing is Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
That's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And the Lions are able to cover this one up. So we reach halftime here on opening weekend. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Now Goff. Steps away, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much and you try too hard, you don't get this score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he loses the football a 2nd time. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Goff now looks to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DJ Chark, only his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Take it in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And some room to work. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So Jared Goff in the offense, down by 2 touchdowns, just over a minute 40 to play. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Meanwhile, Goff's throw taken by Chark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Goff. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. He's got room at the 30, down to the 10, and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Badgley on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards, and the end result, a Detroit touchdown. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take this one down near the 15. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Eagles, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.